What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Untoxin Gaming. Today, people, today we're going to be going over a brand new deck profile for the channel. Today we're going to be going over the Koga deck. Now, Koga is not only a simple deck to play, a good deck to play, but it's also a cheap deck to play. So if you're brand new to Pokemon Pocket TCG, I highly recommend that you try this deck out. Not only are you looking at a cheap variant of a deck that you can play, but you can also be building this deck while you're digging for powerful decks such as Mewtwo, which is a top tier deck. Not saying that this deck isn't top tier, it's definitely a good deck. I would probably put it in like a tier 2 status, but you can also be, digging for your other cards while also playing this card on ladder. So that's also something to look forward to. But if you guys enjoy this type of content and you want to see more, make sure you leave a like on this channel and make sure you subscribe because I would love to see more of your guys' faces appearing. But without further ado, we're going to jump right into this deck profile. Koga is going to be the first card we go over, as he is the main bread and butter of the deck. Koga himself is a supporter, meaning you can only use him once per turn, and he has the ability that put your Muk or Weezing from the active spot into your hand. Now this can be used in a lot of different ways with this deck. For one, you can put back a Muk or a Weezing that you have that is severely damaged, putting it back into your hand so your opponent does not take a point for themselves, but also it is used to pretty much get your opponent off guard and hit your opponent with crazy attacks after poisoning them and hitting them with a Venoshock. So we are going to jump into the Pokemon, that way you know exactly what I mean. The first Pokemon we're going to be going over is the basic Pokemon Grimer. Grimer is a dark Pokemon with an HP of 70, a retreat cost of 3, and a weakness of plus 20 to fighting. It has the attack that is for 1 darkness, poison gas, which does 10 damage, but the reason why this is so effective in this deck is because of its effect, allowing you to poison the Pokemon that's currently active. This goes really well with its evolution, Muk, which is a stage 1 darkness Pokemon with an HP of 130. It is a retreat cost again of 3, again with a weakness of plus 20 to fighting. It takes 2 darkness and 1 colorless to use Venoshock. Venoshock is a 70 plus attack that has the ability that if your opponent's active Pokemon is poisoned, it does an additional 50 more damage. This is why it goes really well with Grimer and Weezing, because it has this ability to put it all the way up to 120 total damage to your opponent. We're now going to be going over Ekans, another basic Pokemon with an HP of 60 in the darkness category with a retreat cost of 1, also with a plus 20 weakness to fighting. Attack it has is a neutral bite attack of 20, which takes 1 darkness, but the fact of the matter is that it evolves into its stage 1 Pokemon Arbok. Arbok is a darkness Pokemon with 100 HP. Again, the retreat cost of 2 with the weakness of a plus 20 to fighting, and it has the attack Corner, which does 60 attack for a darkness and a colorless, but the important thing about this card is the effect of Corner. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. This makes Arbok probably one of the best control cards in all of Pocket as we see right now. So I highly recommend playing this card in the deck as well. The next Pokemon on our list is going to be the Coughing line. Coughing is another basic dark Pokemon with an HP of 70, and then it has a retreat cost of 1 and a weakness of plus 20 to fighting. Its 1 attack is suffocating gas for 1 dark energy, and it does 20 attack. And although it is one of the weakest Pokemon on our list today, it evolves into the best Pokemon in our deck, which is Weezing. Weezing is a stage 1 110 HP dark Pokemon. It has a retreat cost of 3 and a weakness of plus 20 to fighting. Its attack is a 1 attack tackle for 30 damage using dark. It has the ability Gas Leak, which is probably one of the best abilities in Pokemon Pocket, being that it will poison the opponent's active Pokemon as long as this Pokemon is active. And this is really good because you're able to actually Koga this Pokemon out, which is a free retreat cost to your hand, and then bring out the Muk we had discussed earlier for your base 120 damage. All in all, Weezing is the bread and butter and the backbone to this entire deck, and you will be needing 2 of this card to be able to play it to its maximum potential. The only supporters that we're going to be playing this deck outside of Koga is going to be Professor's Research, which is a good way to create consistency with your deck, being that it allows you to draw 2 cards, and Sabrina, which in my opinion is the best supporter generically in the game, making your opponent switch out one of their bench Pokemon with their current active Pokemon. This can lead to you being able to KO weaker Pokemon that your opponent have. And of course, to end off the deck discussion, we're going to take a stop at the mart and get ourselves some Pokeballs. That way we can search our deck for our basic Pokemon and some potions. That way we can heal up whenever our Pokemon are a little bit too damaged. And of course, this is going to be the deck list that we are using. This is off of PokemonZone.com, and a link to this will be in the description down below if you want to check it out for yourself. But we're going to be running the 2 Ekans, the 2 Arbok, the 1 Grimer, the 1 Muk, the 2 Coughing, and the 2 Weezing, along with 2 of every of the items and supporters that we had mentioned before. The packs that you're going to be getting this out of is the Mewtwo and the Charizard pack. If you guys enjoy this type of content, again, make sure you leave a like on this video and leave a comment in the comment section down below. And of course, if you want to see more of me and more content like this, subscribe to see more. But above all else, I want you all to have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.